So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Akib. I'm a GP registrar currently living and working in the UK. And in this video, I'm basically going to be talking about the fact that I've finished my C exams finally and talking about what I want to do in the future, where I am currently in my stage and what do I see for myself in the future. It's a thing I think every GP trainee thinks about. I think for me it's different because I've got a lot of other interests that I really want to focus on, and I think once I finish my training I've got that free time to actually do it. So here's a couple of things that I was just thinking of how this might play out, and these are just things I'm considering at the moment. So one of them, I'm thinking, like everybody else, how about me starting to work as a GP salary? This might mean that I would want to work maybe 4 sessions a week. This basically gives me a good time. I'll be working 2 full days a week, and that gives me 5 days to really work on the side things that I'm currently building, including this channel. Another thing that I was thinking about was maybe working as locums. Now I know that locum jobs have dried up, so it might be quite difficult, but I also locum at A&E. Maybe that might really help. I'm also thinking about working for maybe an out-of-hours service, which is also kind of locuming. It'll give me the flexibility, to pick up the shifts that I want to do. That way I can have the time to work on things that I want. Now I think the big question I think a lot of people tend to ask is, well, that's all fine, but is the money going to be enough? I mean, that's true. Like, of course, if you work less hours, that means you make less money. Yes, I might be thinking about taking a pay cut, but that comes with a cost of me wanting to build something on the side. And these are some ways I was actually considering to go about. And another thing I was thinking, and this is a field that I was really interested in, and I'm just thinking if this might be something that I might be, hopefully doing. Looking at non-clinical jobs, I've spent so much time in the clinics, and sometimes it makes me think that I just don't even know what happens outside the clinical, with pharmaceutical, with AI, and there's great jobs over there. And I was thinking maybe for a short time, maybe doing something like that. And I think that might also work well with me because obviously I've got a YouTube following. I love making videos and I know how to kind of market myself. So I think that probably really helps. So that might be something I might consider actually. So as you can see, even though I've got these 6 months, my brain still is like I still don't really know what I want to do. And that's fine. I think sometimes it's good to be in a position where you don't really know what you want to do rather than jumping and do something that you kind of are going to hate. So I think that's something that I am okay with. That's where I am right now. I think I'm in the figuring out process. So the question is what is it that I'm interested in that I'm actually thinking about taking a pay cut? That will also answer the question about what this channel is going to be. This channel at its core, the heart and soul was always about the journey. The journey about a boy who went to medical school in Russia. He dreamed to become a doctor in the UK. Through that pathway, I shared everything that I was going through. At one point, it was about, doing PLAB exams. So I started sharing about PLAB and things like that. Then it was about GP training. So then I shared things about AKT exam and SCA exam. In a way, it did feel like it's a bit of a medical channel, but it was never supposed to be that. It was always about the journey, about the growth, and about who I was. And that is exactly what I want this channel to represent. And that is exactly what I'm going to be talking about in the future. So what are the things that I'm interested in? You must have seen from some of my videos, I'm a big nerd when it comes to personal finance, and that's one thing that's really going to help me in my next year. Even if I get a pay cut, I'm okay because financially I have managed to do some, proper investments and stuff like that, which has really helped me, be in a position where I can take a pay cut. I'm a big believer in personal growth. So I go out there, I watch a lot of videos, I meet people who are business owners, listen to podcasts, think in a very different way about, how the world works, how I can, bring my own touch out into the world, even by connecting with you guys through this channel. Health is another big thing that I'm really interested in. I fast almost every single day, intermittent fasting. I walk 6 miles in a day, and some stuff that I do that I feel is very important for my health. And another thing that I'm really interested in, if you've not noticed, my Pokemon cards. This is one of my favorite cards, a Umbreon from the classic collection. It is actually similar to a gold star Umbreon. Yes, big time nerd. And believe it or not, this has been one of my best performing asset this year. Technically, Pokemon cards have beaten all my other assets because they are such a great asset class. I don't invest in them because of the fact of the money. I actually genuinely like them, and that's exactly what you see in my display. There's a lot of things that actually make me who I am, and I think the fact is that I think I'll be doing myself a bit of a disservice and you guys a disservice if I'm just going to be talking about medicine in this channel. So I want to keep it light. I want to keep talking about improvement because I think we all have to improve. Improving and growing never stops. I think I remember this quote from one one of the doctors that I met. He's like, the only day that you stop learning is the day that you die. Every single day that you're living, you are learning. You know, you're learning something or the other that is making you who you are. And I think that's what I want this channel to be. So if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, click on the subscribe button, because there's going to be a lot more videos about, you know, money, medicine and lifestyle in the UK. And if there's anything particularly you want me to make a video about, comment and let me know. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy. Peace.